specifically I'm talking to you guys, TikTok cat times. Let's talk about it. This is something that you guys may be experiencing right now. If it is, let me know down below. Let's have a little bit of a conversation. Or I can just come up on here and talk about some things that's really up to you guys. I like to, when I do these, Travis, have a bit of a conversation with you guys. I find that a lot of times when we're able to communicate, just makes for better integration, I think, is the best way to put it. Because I can come on here and just say a bunch of shit, but it's like, does it really land for you? Does it resonate? And that's why I'd rather have a conversation. So if you are here with me live, Jackie, let me know if because I know for me, I mean, I've been training for it's been almost 13 years now. I've been in the gym, give or take, on and off for like 4 or 5 years. But for me, this is arguably one of the most challenging things. Being a competitor, I just competed on the national stage about 3 weeks ago. But even like post show, putting on some body fat. Man, I really like the way that I look at this. I love the way how I'm not as tight as I used to be. As that of me, like, hey, I really love the way that I'm looking right now. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. Is maybe what steps do we need to have in place. And for me, I think that's why accountability is arguably the most important thing. Because I think a lot of us struggle with body dysmorphia mainly because we just fall off track there, right? Hey, what's up, Pasquale? What's going on, brother? Talking about body dysmorphia. Have a conversation. Is this something you deal with? I know for me, I deal with it. I think this is something that all of us experience, especially the deeper you get into your journey. It's almost like worse than it gets sometimes. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's like the more you work on yourself, the more you're like, shit, man, well, this can be better. And I can scope this over here. Maybe if I lose this, I'll feel better. And it's just like you're constantly just nitpicking yourself. And it's just not a fun place to be, right? So that's the thing. What I've seen personally is usually when we slip up, we fall off track. Usually when we're not really doing things that we know we need to be doing, that's where issues arise. Would you guys agree? Maybe have a little bit too many cookies over the holidays. Listen, I get it, man. I had some cookies over the holidays too. Maybe one too many. That's what prompted this conversation. Because I was having a good conversation with a buddy of mine recently. And I was telling him like, hey, man, like post show, I'm having a little bit of a hard time mentally. We even had this conversation with my coach, like putting body fat on you. Once you see yourself staged, it's really difficult to not see that in the mirror. It's like unless you're a competitor, you might not understand this. But even if you're not, even if you're somebody who's like just kind of in the gym, you're just you know, I don't want to say going through the motions, but you're also training, you're also working on yourself. It is something that we deal with because we are the common trend every single day. We are the one thing that we see in the mirror at all times. We're always the most critical of ourselves. You guys agree? Maybe justify the comments. And for me, when we're talking about body dysmorphia, I get asked this question all the time, even from clients, like, how do I overcome this? How do I beat this? And I don't think that's the right questions that we need to be asking. I think there's a couple things that I want to share with you guys here today. That way you can have a more well-rounded, what's the way to have better armor, let's call it, when it comes to facing this. Because the reality is, this is always going to be something that we are going to have to deal with, right? It's kind of like taxes. Nobody wants to pay them, but it's just something you have to do. It is unfortunate, but it's the reality of it, right? So when it comes to overcoming this, three things I'm going to give you guys here today. If you're taking notes, write these down. Okay, first one is going to be setting aligned goals. When it comes to beating this body dysmorphia, you have to have a very clear aim. You have to. Because if you don't have a clear aim, then you're just going to float around. Like think about if you were just in the middle of the ocean with no real direction of where you're going. You're just going to sit there and just kind of like paddle and float around. And of course, you're not going to gain any ground or get anywhere. So it's the same thing when it comes to working on finish training or staying consistent. It really just it's our ability to say, hey, where am I going? Why? How am I getting there? even just having that clarity for yourself allows you to take these steps every single day. That's going to help you feel like you're in alignment. And that's really the issue. It's not that we don't know what to do, but we're not in integrity. We're not in alignment. We don't have goals. We're just kind of coasting through. So then every time you see yourself, you're like, I don't really love it. I don't love what I'm seeing. The reason you don't love what you're seeing is because you don't know where you're going. You don't have support. You don't have a game plan. You don't have accountability. And then you're just coasting through emotions, expecting these miraculous things to happen. And you get frustrated why you don't have results. And then it confirms the story in your head that, hey, I'm not good enough. I'm a piece of shit. I shouldn't have tried this in the first place. That's going to be the ego construct. It's going to be a different conversation. It's going to convince you to say, wow, you're right. I should just probably continue to pull back. I should just keep going out. I should just keep eating out. I don't really need to go to the gym. Maybe I'll just put it off till tomorrow. It's not a big deal if I miss this workout. And you start to just convince yourself to believe that story. That's okay. And that's why we fall further and further down into this spiral, this pattern. And then it's because of those habits, right? Those habits are what confirm our belief systems. And then we start to we believe that we are the type of person that struggles with body dysmorphia, that has the binge eating disorder, that can't seem to lose 20 pounds no matter what you do. It's so hard that reality. And you want to be right about it because you can't fathom being wrong. So every day you sit there and you tell yourself, see, I just can't do it, right? Thank you, Philip. I'm glad you agree. Accountability is king. And I'll even be honest with myself. This is why I have my own coach. Because if I didn't have somebody to report back to, man, I'd be eating a lot more than I probably should. And that's the honest truth. We need accountability. You look at every successful person in the history of Earth, they have some type of coach guide. And that's just the truth. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to agree with me, but it's kind of like you can't really argue that when you look at people who do incredible things, there's common trends. And I love that saying that success leaves clues because I do believe it. It's like we don't want to come on here and try to reinvent the wheel. Just say, hey, there's some incredible people that have done some awesome things. Why don't we go ahead and try to just learn a little bit, right? That makes sense, Philip? Before we shoot the question, we'll get to it here in a second. Second point when it comes to overcoming body dysmorphia is asking for help. I think this one sounds pretty self-explanatory, but specifically for males, I don't know what it is nowadays, but it's becoming increasingly challenging for us males to ask for help. I think there's a lot of ego that gets involved in that, and that's specifically why I actually didn't coach males for a long time, and now I'm getting back into it for that reason because I didn't really like the initial conflict. But the more that I worked on myself, the more I realized, like, hey, this is actually just a mechanism because we don't have the answers, and that's exactly why we actually need more help. I'm a coach. I'm a bodybuilder, right? I'm a contest prep coach, and I'm also somebody here in Philly that has been in active therapy for years, constantly investing in myself. I have multiple mentors, my own fitness coach, because I believe that I need to be the best version of myself and to show up as. Even with my girlfriend right now, we're taking a freaking marriage course. I got you on the follow, bro. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Corey, thank you for the follow. So think about this here for a second. My girlfriend and I have been dating for a couple years now, and we're not married yet, but we're taking a marriage course because we're that serious about improving our relationship, right? So it's the same thing for you guys. It's like, how serious are you about getting X, Y, Z goal? You could plug in whatever you want, whether that's losing 20 pounds, building muscle, getting on stage, starting a business, leaving your job, getting a new relationship, regardless of what it is. This system foundation can be applied to everything. Yes, we're talking about steps where we're talking about dysmorphia, but my philosophy as a coach is more so like how can we develop you as a more well-rounded person to create really the life that you want for yourself. And I think that is foundationally what is wrong with the fitness industry and bodybuilding specifically, and that's why I have a different approach, is because a lot of us can focus so much on the physical vanity that is our physique. But let's be real, man. Like, it doesn't end with the gym. And I've seen this for myself, and this is why I've grown so passionate about this. Because you can have the best physique, you can have the delts, the abs. Because I thought for a long time that the abs were going to make me feel certain. That because I got to a low body fat percentage, that I would feel differently. I actually just read Steve Weatherford's book. You don't know who Steve Weatherford is. He's an NFL guy, entrepreneur, really big in faith, has a huge social media following. I just read his book. I really finished it. almost the Super Bowl MVP. So you talk about the NFL, the biggest league, right? The biggest game, and he arguably won the MVP. So the pinnacle of it, he reached the top, right? And then he talked about how that was literally almost the most moment of his life because he thought that getting that shoe was going to mean something about him, make him feel good. I think that's the problem foundationally as humans and what we struggle with. Is a lot of times we put our validation on external things, and that's why we feel a lot of disconnect, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. For me, that was a huge struggle for a long time. I had so much self doubt in myself. I had so many limiting beliefs, so many negative patterns that weren't serving me because I wasn't confident in me. So then I got into the gym, right, and I thought that improving my physique was going to help me reshape all these things, and temporarily it did, right? But to tie this all together, I had to go through those certain things to realize that it wasn't the answer. Now, you may be listening to this right now and you're like, oh, why did you drop that bomb on me today? I wasn't expecting. That's okay, but that's why we're having these conversations. Because if you don't ask for help, it's almost like you're walking around life with this blindfold on, like you're burying your head in the sand, right? Like you don't even know what you're missing out on because you can't conceptualize it because you're not aware of it. You don't know what you don't know. And that's the truth, right? So look, the idea of being any kind of vulnerable certainly is a struggle for so many. That's why we Bev, the book is called, I think it's Wake Up Champion, Rise Up Champion. It's a really good read. It's on the other side. It's a really good book. Also, like, just a side note, if you're not approaching every single day with the mindset of trying to get better all the time, it's just the truth. If you take nothing else from the conversation, you have to be in the mentality and the mindset to say, okay, I need to get better today. Not because you have to, but because if you don't, you're being stagnant, you're being complacent, and that's where we start to get in our head, right? A lot of people are struggling right now with anxiety, self doubt, depression, all these things, mainly because we just don't take action. Probably just because you're afraid of what's going to happen if you fall on your face, if you make mistakes. And honestly, man, like when I think back to when I first started my business coaching like 5, 6 years ago, which was less than that. When I first started doing it, even like getting on these live streams, like making content on social media, I was catching myself. God, all these people are gonna say all this shit about me, what's gonna happen, oh my god, like just watching the same fucking reel over and over again, like constantly trying to edit all this shit. And I got to a place the last year where it's like, genuinely, this is what I feel God has put me on earth to do. This is what I feel like my purpose is, and I really enjoy that. And like, yeah, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes every day, but it's like, I'm also okay with that because I know that my attention is on here. And I know that I don't have to look over my shoulder because I'm being honest, I'm being truthful, and I'm operating from a place of integrity and love. And I feel like people can buy in with that and really just connect with that. And I think that's something for you to think about as well, of just like how can you approach every single day with just this true, authentic energy that's in alignment within yourself. Now, I know this is maybe a little bit of a tangent when it comes to talking about body dysmorphia, but the reality of the situation is like all of this means fuck all if you don't feel good about yourself. And I think it's one thing to be in the gym consistently to improve yourself, but it's also a different conversation if you're doing it from a place of hate. Because I've competed a few times. My first prep, I showed up to the gym every single day with a chip on my shoulder, feeling that when I got a certain result, that people were going to say and speak about me a certain way. But in reality, the truth is, you're just not that special. And I hate to break it to you, it stops the year, but we all feel like we're the most important thing in the world because it's ourselves, and we want to believe that. But the truth is, you're just not that important. And even myself, that gives me peace. That gives me peace. To say, people don't really pay attention to the shit that you're doing as much as you think. And that's humbling, but also comforting at the same sense because it allows you to move a little bit differently. And the reality of the situation is that everything's temporary. Even right now, right? This live stream is temporary. Today is temporary. This life is temporary. And when you really drop into that, it allows you to move differently because the truth is our days are not. Sometimes I don't know how to say this. Death is coming, man. And that's the truth. And it's something to really consider because when you begin with the end in mind, you start to take some different actions. And that's really true. So I know that's a long-winded answer when it comes to seeking help, but man, it's monumental. Philip, thank you for tuning in, bro. I appreciate really what is going on. Man, great to see you. So we're talking about body dysmorphia. I just went on like a 10-minute tangent. I don't even know what I just said. I think that was it was. Matt, are you getting value so far? If you guys are getting value from this stream, drop some fire down below. Let me know what you think is. And it feels good to connect with you guys. I appreciate the follow. Chris, what's going on? Man, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna wait as you guys know that I see you. If you're still here, Chris, Ed, I'm scrolling through. You guys, what do you coach? Forgot how soulful your chats are. I love it. Thank you for being here. Appreciate rich content. Thank you guys so much. Also, Bev, just to touch on that, I took a back seat on consistently doing these sessions because I was doing like 3 to 5 every single week for probably like year and a half, 2 years. And it's great, man. I really scaled up the podcast pretty big. If you guys aren't aware, I do have a podcast. You can check it out on Apple, Spotify. I think it's on the platforms. I didn't shift your mind, change your life. I meant you to right now. There's about 100 episodes. Taylor, what's going on, brother? We're talking about body. Corey, what brand is your two jeans? I just saw that's nice. My wife, that's beautiful, bro. I think this is GLD. The other one was a gift, so I'm not really sure. We should get dressed up for your wife. That's a good point. I appreciate the follow as well. Istania, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. What do I coach? I'm a bodybuilding content prep coach, but I've also worked with lifestyle clients as well, so I do want to be clear. I'm more fixated on working with older males, guys who want to get on stage and compete. But regardless if you're a male or female, regardless if you've been in the gym for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or you want to compete, you don't, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, my approach is nutrition training, but let's also make you a more well-rounded individual. I truly value the conversation of things make a little bit more than the weights themselves. Pretty interesting to think about. But it's also because I've been doing this for a long time. I realize that you could look your best, but also kind of hate yourself at times. That's something that I recently experienced. Even with the last prep that I did for nationals, like I looked my best and I brought one of my best physiques to stage. I got below, I don't even know, 5-6% body fat. I was 210 on stage. I was actually peeled to the bone, but I was fucking miserable inside. And also my quality of life sucked. Because I really we probably didn't give ourselves enough time to prep. That's a different conversation for another day. The point that I'm trying to make is you can look incredible, but also not feel good inside. And for me as a coach, my goal for every single client that I work with is saying, like, how can we make you look and feel your best, but also like make sure that you're bringing the best energy to all the things that you do on a daily basis. That's important. Excuse me. That's what's important to me because I believe that you're a human being and you were created for a purpose on purpose, and that is something that does not happen by mistake. We need to make sure that we're pressing the right buttons at the right time to get that to happen. Is that making sense? So, Astania, yeah, I'm saying it right. Not please let me know. That's who I coach. It's more of, I guess, fitness coaching, but it's more life coaching at this point. Honestly, I don't really limit myself. People hire me to lose weight, build muscle, and get on stage, but there's also you could ask any of the clients that I've ever worked with. I'm off track. Probably coached 200-300 people over the last 4 or 5 years. But any client that I've ever worked with, you could message them directly, ask them that I'm somebody that really values those other conversations. We were hosting group calls for a long time. I do believe that you're a human being. You're not just in the gym. Just think about it. The gym is such a small percentage of our lives, right? We go to the gym for 40 minutes, you lift some weight, and then you leave. It's like, who are you outside of that? Like even me, it's like you guys see me in my physique, right? It's like cool, but it's like I do a lot more than that. The gym is like literally 1 hour out of your day. I train fucking 4 hours out of the whole week. You may see all my content. All this guy does is fucking workout. No, there's a lot of other things I do. I have a girlfriend. I got a dog. I like to travel. I like to play video games. I like to read. I'm heavily involved in my church, right? So there's just a lot of things that I work outside. It's the same thing for you guys. Like, fitness is a great piece of our lives, but it's not all of your life. So I think that's something that you probably should take with you, right? Coach, what's going on? We are created for a purpose on purpose. Absolutely. Just dropping nuggets. You're not listening to this champion 145 on coach. Let's go, big dog. I love it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I want to scroll back through the TikTok comments if I missed anything. Okay, thank you for the follow, Estania. Please let me know. Yes, okay, I just saw it. Thank you. I got it. Do I tan? Well, I live in Florida, so I think that kind of goes without saying. Plus, I'm Italian, so I got a fucking tan here right upstairs in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. You guys remember that episode of Jersey Shore? I think it was like the first episode. they all like check in. And like, Paulie has like, 10 that so that's what I need to do. That's what I aspire to be as a true Guido. You are not a true Guido unless you got a fucking tanning bed in your room, bro. That's the truth. All right. Would you guys agree with that? You're not a fucking Paisan New York unless you got a motherfucking tanning bed in your garage. All right. You gotta be. That's the thing. That is the motto. Jim Tan and motherfucking long sleeve. Right. If you're not doing that, you're not so fucking fun. Yeah, I don't really tan as much as I probably should. Something about. Ryan, what's up, bro? I meant to text you back. I think I literally got in the was about to apply, and then I got sidetracked. I meant to circle back and then I came. Yeah, if you're not wearing a fucking DT neck chains and you're not tanning, getting swole, bro, I don't even know what you're doing. Right, Jesse? I want to go to the gym and get in better shape, need motivation. All right, so Esky, let's talk about that. You don't need motivation. You need a clear vision. And that's something that I work specifically with my clients to really dive into. It's something that we cover within the first few weeks of the program. Actually, have a full mini course built out to address that essentially, because a lot of people will come at their finish journey and say that, oh, I need motivation, right? But motivation is like the wind; it's fleeting. It comes and goes, right? So I would actually question, and I would challenge you a little bit to push back on this and say that would you build a house with chopsticks? Probably not. Would you expect to have the house of chopsticks built on a foundation of sand to withstand most likely not. So it's the same thing with your finisher. If you're trying to build it on a foundation of motivation, you're already lost. How do I know that? Because I've done it for myself. My first probably 3 to 5 years in the gym, I was like, I gotta get the abs, I gotta get the girl, and then I got the abs, get the girl, and it's like, oh shit, more motivation. So you have to anchor into a vision, into why you're doing it. I mean, it was originally just to look a certain way, then it was to compete. Now it's to compete. I'm in this newfound territory of hey, let me just try to be the best. Excuse me. I'm trying to anchor into the mindset of how can I be the best father and husband, even though I'm not married, I don't have kids yet. That's my vision, right? So that's what drives me. So it's not so much, hey, I need to try to work out to look a certain way. Because yes, that's a piece of it. I also love working hard and trying to get better every single day. Even though 4 or 5 years ago I was getting debt, weight in my life insurance, anxiety, that's a different conversation. I've talked about this in my podcast too. But that's the thing for you, SD, for anybody else listening who might be trying to really double down with your fitness. You can't operate solely on motivation because it comes and goes. It's not something that you can really build a foundation of. You need to get clarity on where you're going, why, and essentially reverse engineer that. So, just a couple of questions that you can ask yourself: well, why are you in the gym? Why are you trying to look a certain way? Why do you want to lose the body fat? Why do you want to build the muscle? Why are you even doing this in the first place? Okay, well, maybe I want to feel better about myself on the beach. Well, why do you want to feel better about yourself on the beach? Well, because it actually likes some attention from the opposite sex. And that's okay. Whatever you want, everybody's different. You can choose to have whatever you want. That's fine. But just get clear on that. Because if you don't, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you will burn out, you will hate it, you will resent the journey, and you will give up. That is a fact. And I know that because that's what I've done. Can you address metabolism, brother? Mine's through the roof. I lift and lean out, period. Okay, look, let's talk about it. Do you track calories? Are you following a meal plan? Do you follow a specific training program? See, TikTok is just restricted. It's hilarious. I would have to ask you a couple more questions. I don't know, Philip, have we had a conversation? I don't follow you, bro. I don't follow you. Why don't you just shoot me a message so we can get to the conversation as well? That's my thought too. I want to get in good shape so I can kids. Okay, so that's the thing. So then it's less about looking a certain way, and it's you saying, okay, I want to have these kids. So then you essentially don't really have a choice. You need to be in good shape to make sure that your fertility is on point, your hormones are in check, you expand your actual life capacity and your energy every single day. Because I don't know about you, right? Like with the kids that I'm going to have one day, I want them to wake up and look at me like, yo, my dad's fucking badass. Like, I fucking love that. That's who I was. Like, that's the example that I was. So when it comes to me getting up out of bed and doing shit, yeah, there's plenty of days I don't feel like doing half the shit I do, but I do it anyway because it's non-negotiable and it's not something that you should even be negotiating in the first place if you're serious about it. And that's the thing is you gotta anchor into you got to keep that in your mind. I would literally write it down on a sticky note, put it on your bathroom mirror, your car windshield, your microwave, your fridge. I think that's probably a good place. Whenever I have something I want to do, this is another good tangent you guys might want to do yourself. Get a sticky notepad, write your goals, and put it somewhere you're going to see those. Whether that fridge is probably a great place for a lot of you guys, because you guys are fucking eating all the time. But maybe your car, if you commute a lot, maybe it's your bathroom, if you do your hair a lot, spend a lot of time showering, whatever it is. Side note. Um, Sidebar, thanks, bro. Yes, do you track your food? Philip? If not, that's probably the main thing I would say. Because it's not to say that, hey, you don't have a fast metabolism, but you're probably not eating as much as you think. And that's the truth. Everyone, you go online and you see these bodybuilders, you gotta eat more to grow. It's like, okay, well, how much? Right? And it's like one thing to say, I gotta force feed all these calories, but maybe it's even just switching up the food sources themselves. Because the breakdown of macronutrients, you have protein, carbs, and fats, right? Fats have the actual highest calorie to gram ratio at 9 calories per gram. Protein carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram. So when you think about this, maybe it would actually make sense for you to get in more fats as opposed to protein and carbohydrates. Maybe just to get in more calories because you need to be in that surplus if your goal is to add size. Right? If you're telling me, hey, Sally, I want to gain some muscle, then you need to be in a calorie surplus in order to do that. Next question, what is a calorie surplus? Let's say you just need 2,000 calories to survive, right? You need to be consuming above that every single day to make sure you're adding size. Because if you won't, you will never. So that's two big things right there. Does that make sense so far? So like, if we're not doing that alone, that's right there. We can fix that. Just making sure you actually know how much food you're having. Is this in alignment with where I'm trying to go? Am I having the right sources? Like, right there, you're probably like, fuck, I don't even know what a good fat source is. Well, you have nuts, you have cheeses, you have avocados, you have coconut oil, you have all kinds of fish oils. My diet's healthy, nothing extreme, but have a routine. I'm tracking just a slow type. That's okay. Justin, what's going on? How are you guys? um, tell me more about your routine. We can also talk about this. I know women gain weight with pregnancy, so I got into shape before that. After it's easier to bounce back if you start before. Yes. Yeah, so what are you waiting for? You need an invitation to get over there, and what does that look like? I'm not to say that I don't work with women, but I'm very picky with who I work with as far as clients. So there is a qualification process. If you want to work with me, if you don't, that's cool. I have podcast, free course, ebooks, things like media, depending on where you're at. What I would say is if you shoot me a message on Instagram, I'll probably get back to that. I don't really check my TikTok DMs on the spot. But if you do DM me on Instagram, it's actually linked in my bio. If you go and check that out, just shoot me a message. Like, yo, this is what I'm looking for. If the line's cool, if it doesn't, nope, just have a conversation. Don't eat enough and DM it unless it's on track with your message today. Yeah, so I came on here to chat about body dysmorphia and I just completely went off tangent. That's okay. This is, I'm not recording this into a podcast right now. I've gone back and forth with this quite a few times. With I used to go online here to do the podcast, and a lot of people were telling me, hey, I'd rather just like come in and communicate and connect with you. So that's what I'm doing a little bit more of. So that's why I'm doing that. But right there, Philip, you're probably not eating enough. Your training intensity probably isn't where it needs to be. Maybe you're not prioritizing the right movements in the gym. Maybe your hormones are out of whack, so there's maybe supplementation. So the first thing, whenever I onboard new clients, I always either run a blood panel or a gut test. Those two right off the bat because I want to see if there's any hormonal imbalances that we can add in supplementation right off the bat to make sure we can have that. And then also ensuring that your gut is on point because yes, nutrition, big thing. I gotta get my gut. Everyone says that, but what does that mean, right? So if you don't understand certain deficiencies that you might have, or even just gaining the awareness to say that, oh, this group doesn't agree with me, or oh, I'm okay. Just having that peace of mind allows you to move. So when I onboard clients, the first two things that we do, we get a blood panel, get a gut test, we're able to see where your body is actually at. Because then right there alone, put in a supplement, I can take a food out, we can switch up certain stores. Right off the bat, you start to see results, right? Also, on top of that, having a specific program that's aligned with your goals and where you're trying to go, make sure that if you're busy, that you're not just showing up to the gym and picking shit up and just kind of going through the motions, because that sucks, right? Like, that's not a lot of fun for you to show up in the gym and just be like, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of sitting here wasting my time. Right? Nobody wants to do that because we value our most valuable asset, which is time. Right? If you don't want to waste your time, right? So if that's the case, you need to be doing these things right. And the problem is, a lot of coaches don't offer this, or they do for an extreme high ticket, or they're in person counting your reps. That's the thing. That's why over the last 5 years, coaching hundreds of clients all over the country, this is what I found. This is the formula. Because it used to be in person training, breathing over your shoulder like fucking Darth Vader, counting your reps. To only realize that these people would look the same because they didn't have the support, the accountability, the tools, the resources that they needed to actually change their body and life. That's why with the online model, you get one more fraction of the cost, you actually get things that you move the needle. Something to think about. If I bulk season eat, I get lethargic almost overnight and lose focus. Okay, so that would be the question: do you have a step count? Do you track? Do you consume quality foods? Right? Is your training intensity? How is the quality of your sleep? Are there any types of supplementation? I mean, there's so much. You can even hop on a call, bro, if you want. Talk about that a little bit further. I'll probably look for your pocket. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the follow. It's only been 2 years. Hey, God bless. I wouldn't have been able to continue my coaching career if Quinn Robinson did not follow me. Just wanted to let everybody know here today, okay, that I would not be complete. I wouldn't be able to see another day. So I mean, the Lord has answered my prayers here today. Thank you so much, Quinn. Wow, incredible. Day. Thank you for saving Christmas. I appreciate it. That was fucking really cool. I'm just curious about it all. Essie, are you going to look at the podcast or probably, I don't know, this too, but uh, this is also another thing, probably another conversation. Like, either do it or you don't. It's black and white, because when we start to deal in language, or I shouldn't say, when we start to communicate in the language, like I hope, I try, I wish, I might, that you're already leading into change. So, like, I don't take any offense to this, Essie. Excuse me. But what I'm saying is, you have to start to deal in absolutes. You really have to start being decisive and move with certainty if you want results. If you want to stay the same, then you can just kind of go through the motions. You can kind of just like maybe do it, probably try, but that language communicates to me that you've already kind of talked yourself out of it. And that's something to think about. Why? I don't even start to unpack that. A lot of nuggets. So we just talked about motivation not being a thing, and now you want to listen to motivation. You guys kill me, man. You guys kill me. I'm all for motivation, right? But we got to take it a little deeper. All right. So let's wrap this up because I came at you guys with 3 tips to help body dysmorphia, and we just completely went off on number 2. It was a crazy conversation, but I'm really thankful. And I'm also blessed to have the time here to communicate with you guys. I do have a call coming up soon that I got to jump for. So I'm gonna give you the last piece. I want you guys to write this down. The third piece, the final piece to overcoming body dysmorphia is to remain content. I'll read that again. Take notes. Take some coffee. Last point, overcoming body dysmorphia is to remain in integrity. This is the key because every time you slip up, you cut the corner, you have the extra bite, you have the extra cookie, you start to get in your head. And I'm guilty of this too, right? And that's the issue. You start to look at yourself a little bit differently, right? Because when you're dialed, you feel a lot better. And that's the thing. I was actually having a conversation with one of my clients this morning about it, who he's competing naturally later this year. And we were talking back and forth, and he's like, he was kind of, I could feel his energy. He was feeling a little frantic. He was feeling a little chaotic. Am I doing the right thing? I just want to make sure I'm doing my best on show day coach. And I'll just go. Take a breath, release the pressure. You're going to do great. And know that you're giving your best. The trick would be if you guys take nothing else from this conversation, just realize that as long as you give 100% as best you possibly can every single day, you deliver the results. And that's truly what I think a lot of us need to do a better job of in today's world. Is like we all can do it, right? We all can be a little bit more disciplined. We all can try to be a little bit harder and have some more accountability. And that's the truth, myself included. Like I'm not sitting here saying that I have it all figured out. I'm not sitting here saying that I don't struggle with certain things because I do. But the thing is, I will stay confident with my chest and my soul that every day I show up as best I possibly can. I do. Even if some days don't look that great, even if some days are shitty and not the best ever, I still do the best that I can. And that's what gives me peace. Is I can rest my head on the pillow at night and say, you know what? I wouldn't change anything. I did the best that I could. So the question for you is, can you do the same? Can you do the same? Can you say the same? I'm just gonna let that one kind of sink in. It's good. Worded that way because you said you don't gear towards women, so I figured podcast. Okay, so I could have been more clear. It's not to say that I can't coach women here, SD. I would love to have a conversation to see if I could help. The reason why I say that is because I like to work with clients that are just like, I'm going to get this shit done, and I'm not going to make excuses. I don't know you yet. I'm not saying that's you. All I'm saying is I value my time and I respect that a lot. And there's a lot of people who apply who are turned down all the time because they don't think they're good fits. The reality is the only way you're going to get results is if you are somebody who is coachable and if you are somebody who takes feedback, asks questions, and actually does work. Because if you don't do that, it's not going to it's a waste of time. And I don't want to spend my time and energy or your time and energy to communicate back and forth in the DMs, hop on calls, you just say, no, I'm not really sure if it's for me. I'll tell you right now, if you're not somebody who's willing to do work, to be coached, to be your ego out the door, it's not. But if you are somebody that is open to it, takes feedback, is willing to ask questions, is willing to put in the work, is willing to carry your end of the bargain, and you might be able to change your life. You probably will change it. And it'll be one of the best things that you've ever done. You're not wasting my time. I just wanted to be really clear because I've been doing this for years. I've worked with a lot of people, and it's just like I put it all out there. Here's what it is. I have a video that breaks down the program. I tell you the price. This is what it is. Because at the end of the day, if you're not willing to do it, it's not for you. But it is for people that are serious about changing their lives, and are serious about leaving a legacy, and are serious about improving themselves. Because you realize you only get one opportunity. So last thing I'm going to say with you guys here today is what do you want to think about? What do you want to do? Let's recap. You should gear me up. It's classic. TikTok comments of user 8 characters. Corey sent me a message. Did you send it to me on Instagram or TikTok? Because I have two phones. These are two separate phones. Instagram's over here. I got TikTok over here. I don't really pick up this phone that much. This is my business phone, so if you call me Instagram, that's because I don't have Instagram. I do that for a reason because on weekends I don't pick up my business phone. So I literally don't have Instagram downloaded on my personal phone for that reason. Because I don't want to be bothered with the weekends. That's the time to build my relationship with them. I got all kinds of shit. Man. I got a puppy. I got a supplement company that I work with. I do all kinds of shit. So I got to be really strategic. Makes sense though? Okay, recap. Sorry, I almost forgot. 3 steps to overcoming body dysmorphia: setting aligned goals, asking for help, and I truly believe if you practice those 3 things consistently for the next 30, 60 days, you're going to be in really good stuff. The problem with most of you guys, you're really excited right now, and you click out of the stream, go back to your life, go back to work, go back to your relationship, and then you're just like, you just gotta do the same shit. And that's what we don't change. We do the same things every single fucking day, and we get frustrated. Like, why am I not getting the results that I want? It's comical, right? We expect different results taking the same actions. Logically, that makes no sense. So, all right, guys, I got to jet. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to shoot you a message for it if we didn't already do so. Also, Corey, send it to my Instagram, and I will chat. Let me just make sure that I have. Do I follow you guys? Do you guys follow me? Follow back. SD, Corey. All right, I got to bounce. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for agreeing to us.